What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Downs with Mr. Dugai. And today I'm going to take a look at LSU's matchup Saturday night in Tiger Stadium as the LSU Tigers going to take on the New Mexico Lobos. Before I get into this video, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, I'm going to have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos, so feel free to DM me. Whenever I get a chance to, I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy. Also, if you're a Madden player on Xbox One, I'm going to have my Xbox One gamer tag down in the description box. First looking at the opponents, New Mexico coming in off of a big win over Maine. Now Maine is not the greatest team in the world, but they took on a lesser opponent and they handled business, yo. New Mexico is not a really good offensive team like that. Their team relies heavily on a pretty solid defense. They do got a pretty solid defensive unit. Led by Jarek Reed, back there at safety. Dante Martin is a pretty solid corner. Enrico Hanna is a pretty solid linebacker. Those are the three guys they rely heavily on, especially Jarek Reed, man. He's a pretty good safety. One of the more underrated safeties in all of college football. Definitely in their conference. So LSU, so look, they're a team, they're going to try to come in. They're going to try to come with a game plan. They got a similar defensive scheme to Mississippi State. So they're going to try to make Jaden Daniels beat him with his arm, yo. Obviously, LSU is the more physical team, but they're going to try to come up with some scheme to force some turnovers and give their offense a sharp field. And looking at the LSU Tigers, obviously coming in off of a big win against Mississippi State, a game that LSU was underdogs in. Great defensive performance against a really good quarterback and a really good offensive system. And the offense, as stagnant as it was pretty much for 2.5 quarters, really picked up in the fourth quarter as LSU was able to throw the ball successfully and run it. LSU just got to continue to get better and better. It's a young team, yo. Young wide receivers, young offensive line, young running backs. Besides Emory, they just got to get better and better, yo. And this is a good measuring stick as far as can the offense go out there and have a flawless performance against a team that is going to rely heavily on the defensive side of the ball. And defensively, they got to dominate. You're playing against a lesser offensive opponent. So you got to go out there. You got to take like you did against Southern. You got to take the ball away and force 3 and outs and get the offense on the field and get quick scores, yo. Nice measuring stick test for us before we go on the road to take on Auburn next week in prime time. Look, Auburn is struggling a little bit right now, but they did beat us last year, and they got a quarterback we're very familiar with, who's very familiar with us. And obviously when you go over there on the plains, you don't know what could happen. But before we do that, we need to go out there and put a good performance out there and take care of this team. Move the ball against their good defensive unit and dominate the offensive unit, and so we could get our starters out of there early. But you never take nothing for granted. But LSU got to come out there and put this game away early. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I have LSU, NCAA, and content of all my teams throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Go Tigers.